Namaste. How are all of you? And thank you for tuning in every day at 9 a.m. And today I'm going to be talking about what is it that NRIs can do to keep themselves in good health. And this is something that also everyone who's living out of their homes within India, looking after themselves, cooking their own meals, and therefore calling in too many meals from outside can also follow. Today I'm going to focus on what are the things that you can do to ensure that without investing too much labor or time, you can still have access to good nutritious meals. Alright, so for NRIs specifically, what really happens when you become a non-resident Indian? So you become a non-resident Indian when you move from India into any country outside of it. And of course you move in for more opportunities. But what happens here is that a whole lot of you land up moving to more sanitized countries like the US, UK, EU, Australia, even like the Middle East, Singapore and stuff. And so as your options in life increase, all right, the gut bacteria diversity decreases. And with this gut bacteria diversity decrease, what happens is that there is often unexplained weight gain within just the very first year of moving out of India. In the long term, so I think in Dubai they even have a term for it. They call it the Dubai weight. Pahila saal mein hi 5 kilo gain ho jata hai. But over a period of time, what happens is that the whole body shape begins to change. You are bigger on the abdominal and the midriff. The chest also looks a little more puffed up than usual. The face begins to look like a little swollen out and stuff. All of these are gut bacteria diversity losses brought about by, of course, the changes in the food and the fact that you are now living in a way where you're completely responsible for yourself, unlike our way of life in India, where a lot of people are there to help and support you on a day-to-day basis, on a day-to-day meal planning. So what are the things that you can do? This is exactly what leads to high insulin levels or high HbA1c or hypothyroidism, even when there is no family history. All right, so what are the things that you can do to rebuild this gut bacteria diversity? Very simply, you ensure that you eat in a way, which is an intelligent mix of your heritage and what is locally available. All right, so all of your fruits, your veggies, milk, meat, for all of these things, buy and eat more local stuff, buy from smaller places, patronize farming communities or what is called as farmers markets. In terms of how do you keep up with your heritage, your grains and millets, then you have pulses, then you have spices, then you have a few fats like ghee, okay, and and also cuisine, cook them using your time tested methods. If you do this together, then you actually begin to enhance the gut bacteria diversity, see weight loss, see many changes in your in your health. Your skin looks normal, your hair loss gets arrested, your moods are back, you no longer feel as low and stuff, and for the time that you invest in exercise, you actually begin to see the difference in your body. Easier said than done, or that's what most of you would say, but that's why I'm here as an intervention to tell you what are the things that you can do, and I'm going to tell you 5 easy things to make and keep so that you have access to them and you can eat them without investing too much time. Number 1, all right, and this is also because now it's winter season, it's going to be flu shots ka season. This will also help you keep your immunity up. So Rajgira laddu, all right, good for your bones, good for rebuilding the gut bacteria diversity. Excellent meal, not just as a mid meal when you're ravenous and you don't know what to eat, but also if you mix it in milk, a delightful, wholesome, nutritious breakfast. You will have many places, many Indian stores which sell Rajgira Laddu. Patronize them. Buy your Rajgira Laddu from them. In a while, we will probably also put up a recipe of Rajgira Laddu. So if you want to, you can make it. Alright. In places where there is really harsh winter, you can even do Bajra Laddu. Alright, and then the same thing, you can keep the bajra, have it as a mid-meal. Even when you come back home, you don't know what to eat, you can have a bajra laddu and you mix it in milk. It's a complete meal. Alright, this is one option. Your second option, and is to make rice. Make rice in a way which is a little extra, alright, and then you can use it on different days, just using the different chutneys that India has to offer. What kind of chutneys? Chutneys which are basically made out of dals. So this you can make and keep at least for 15 days, and the rice you can cook once every 2-3 days. So you make it once and you can use it for another 2 or 3 days. So some of the chutneys which belong to our tradition is, one of course is the gunpowder. So gunpowder is made of dal and spices. You just add that to hot rice. घर पर आओ, rice को गरम करो, उसके ऊपर चटनी डालो, थोड़ा घी डालो, बात खत्म. The other one of course is methkut. Methkut is our all-time favorite. You can even have this on long flights. That's what my clients do. Steamed rice, methkut on top of it, ghee, and a complete meal. You don't even need to look out for takeout menus, all right, and say मेरे को ये वाला number का thing book करने का है. So this is the other thing that you can eat. Rice, remember, can also be turned into bagarelo bhat. It can be turned into fodnica bhat. It can simply be mixed and made into dahi rice. So just out of one item like rice, you have chutney rice and ghee, or methkut rice and ghee, which you can eat. You can mix it into dahi rice, put a tadka on top of it and have a quick easy meal. You can turn it into a fodnica bhat and eat. You have endless options. Another thing to do, and this is something that I really like telling my clients, is to pre-make khichdi. Now how do you pre-make khichdi? Well, it's very simple. You need to take rice and then you need to take dal. You know this. You pre-soak them, and then over the weekend what you do is that you take a pan, you put your usual tadka, you put the pre-soaked rice and dal, and then you just saute it till it gets completely dry. Now this completely dried mixture of rice and dal, you allow this to cool down, put it in a glass container and refrigerate it. Then on that Tuesday or Wednesday morning, when you come back home and you're tired, it's midweek, you don't know what to eat, you remove this khichdi which you have pre-mixed and kept ready, add water and cook it. Hot fresh khichdi is ready to eat. Alright, so along with just like this, another thing which you can pre-make and keep is pulao. Alright, so pulao can be done in the same way. You take rice and you take vegetables, you saute them and you dry them. The key here is to completely dry them while you're sauteing them along with your oil or your ghee and your spices and your veggies. Saute them, keep them, let it dry, refrigerate it, keep it, then on that day come back and eat it. Another way of course is to just make rice and dal. You can take your dal, pressure cook it over the weekend, keep it ready, then one day you can give it a tadka with lasun. One day you can do a tadka with jeera and adrak, and another day you can just do a tadka with kadi patta and ghee. So that way, out of just one dal, you can make 3 different kinds of dal. And then lastly, what you all must make and keep in this season is til and peanut ka chutneys, okay? And the reason why you should make til and peanut ka chutney is because in the evening when you come back, what you can have is til and peanut ka chutney. Just spread it on toast, you know, put your butter, spread it on toast, and it's ready to eat. It's wholesome, like peanut butter. It doesn't come with any preservatives, it doesn't come with any excesses of salt, sugar, emulsifiers, you know, the batch is never recalled, none of those things. So make sure that you're making all of these things. And lastly, just before you go, remember that there is also the kurit pitla that you can make, which you don't need to ready make. You can make it on the spot. So you put the tadka, put some water, allow the water to boil, and then from your kurit powder, you just add a teaspoon of the kurit powder and keep stirring it till you make it of the consistency that you would like to drink it in. On a cold evening when you want to really cook nothing but have a wholesome meal, the kurit dal will serve as the most wholesome meal that you could have ever made in less than 5 minutes. So here's to eating healthier, here's to eating more diverse, and here's to staying healthier than ever. Thank you very much. Bye bye.